Hello, everybody. Welcome to Boss. We are about to have an incredible conversation. I'm so excited you guys are here. Now, today, I want to have a heart-to-heart conversation about being the freaking boss. Like, this is a very, very important piece of your journey as an entrepreneur. Yet, many, it's like they forget that it exists. And I get it because, you go into survival mode, you go into I gotta do mode, and we forget. We forget. And whatever you are creating right now, you created for a reason. So, watching you guys in action throughout this program, I really want you to be able to think outside the box, like thinking and creating and getting out of your own way and actually being in the vibe of the program. It's going to be really, really important that you get in on the conversation. So, I want to ask you if you have found that even within this program so far, that you have felt that you felt more connected, like just even since registering, did you start thinking of yourself as a boss? Because this gets to be such an epic journey, and I'm so excited for you to do this work with you. And I'm excited for the businesses and the impact that this is going to have on you as you move forward through the program into your life, into your businesses. So, the first thing I want to do, just letting some people in here, the first thing I want to do is set a really powerful context for this program. Okay. The intention for this is for you to reclaim your role as the badass boss of your business. That's a lot of B's. Starting now, as my kids would say, no more playing small. No more saying I'm just an entrepreneur, or I'm just a mom with a small business, or I'm just a network marketer, or I'm just a coach, or whatever small thing that you've been hiding behind. Starting now. No more thinking like that, but wondering if it could all be bigger. 'Cause the fact is it can be as big as you want it to be. That's the best part about being the boss. You can make as much money as you want. You can serve as many people as you want. You can do any of it because you're the boss. And a lot of times we use words that we feel like they let us off the hook, I should say. So if I don't make it, I can say, it was just my side hustle. I'm just this. Starting now, we don't get to do that. Like, I want to flip that completely for you. Instead of saying, well, I'm not that yet. So let me just start here. And eventually, when I feel like I'm the big boss, then I'll go do bad boss things. I want you to start being the big badass boss now. Now, you are going to take on this identity and it's going to completely change everything in your journey starting now. Like there will be the point before you drew the line in the sand, and then there'll be after. Like BCAD. Like I remember when I first started my business, I well, really, when I first started my business, I didn't even realize been building a business, if I'm being perfectly honest. It kind of just found me. And then all of a sudden, people were like, so you're doing this as a business? And I was initially like, no, because I hadn't intended to. But once I realized, I was like, oh, I am doing this business. I took it on like it was the most important thing in my life. I was like, this is a mission. Like it found me. I didn't even realize I was doing it. And if I could see all the different iterations, and if you've been with me over the last 13 years now, you've seen all the iterations, all of the things that has now led to the Vibe Co. The moment this came to me, I knew it was something big. I knew it was more than just words. I knew it was more than just some fancy logo. Like even before that, do you guys remember when I had Proactive Essential Health? This is what I called my essential oil company. In my mind, I was like, oh my God. Like every time I said it, oh, and I could still picture the logo and it had this hand and a purple oil drop and then like a leaf. And it was orange and purple and green. And it's a Proactive Essential Health. And I just was like, this is me. Ah! And I felt so excited every time I said my name. Some people were like, shouldn't it be Proactive Health Essentials? And I was like, no, I just knew. I just knew. I'm like, this is what it is. It tells exactly why I'm here. I'm trying to teach people how to be proactive in their health. I'm so done with people living half-assed lives because they're sick, because they're being reactive. Done. Like, this is what I want you to start feeling and seeing in your business right now. It's way more than just how do I be a business owner? How do I earn money? How do I become successful? The fact is, the mission you're on right now, and whether have you looked at it as a mission? It found you. And if it found you, even if it resembles a little bit of what someone else is doing. Like I think of when I was teaching people about plant medicine, I wasn't the only person in the world. I had a team of people that teach people about plants in a bottle, aka essential oils. But they weren't going to do it the way I was going to do it. They weren't proactive essential health. They were whatever lit them up. Okay, so this week I'm going to give you so much clarity and so much conviction and so much direction. But ultimately, it can't come from a place, from this like place inside you where you're like, I hope I get some help so that my business, your business is going to go exactly where it needs to go. And it's going to go there in all the perfect timing. And the timing is between you and your co-creation. But first, you need to know that this mission you're on is a mission and it chose you and you chose it and you have a choice. And we're going to talk about that. But starting right now, you reclaiming this, it's what you've got to do. It's what it takes. You have to know this. It's in your blood, it's in your bones. There would be no reason for you to want something so big and so massive and so crazy if you didn't have what it takes to do it. There's no way. It wants you as much as you want it. Did you ever look at it like that? Guys, the fact is, not everybody has a desire to be a boss. Not everyone has the desire to make a crap ton of money or have a huge impact or to have a company that makes a difference all over the world. Not everybody wants that. And that's okay. but everybody wants something. This I know about humanity. And whatever it is for you, you've got to know that it's meant for you. It's something that you feel inside of you. And if you feel it, you've got to own it. And then you've got to let everything else take it from there. All those laws that we talk about. No matter how advanced your business is, you might be in the early stages right now, or you might be watching this and you're like, okay, I'm earning 6 figures or 7 figures or 8 figures. Doesn't matter because every stage that you grow to, that you're growing into, the other iteration of you has to die in order for you to step in. Like this is like Christ consciousness. You have to be crucified, knowing that when you resurrect, you're like coming back and your business and your leadership and your all the things, they're coming with you. So when you claim that you are the boss of your life, your team, your business, you might then go, okay, so how do we take it from here? Where do we go from here? So the intention is not that you decide, okay, I want to build, this is what some people do. I want to build a business and I want to earn $10 million, $100 million. Being a boss doesn't even mean the financial aspect. Like I've honestly, I think every single one of my clients, for the most part, I'm going to say 90% of my clients have businesses and or started businesses as their identity began to shift. It wasn't an accident that I end up mentoring women with businesses and or that decided that they wanted a business. And I've helped all kinds of businesses at this point, coaches and network marketers. But I've had some clients that have like brick and mortar businesses, like florist shops or clothing boutiques, online clothing boutiques, brick and mortar clothing boutiques. I've had like optometrists and dentists. It doesn't matter what you're doing or what your dream is, it's yours. It's yours. It's nobody else's. It chose you. You are the chosen one. And I think for a lot of us, there's a financial amount where until we have it, we don't even want to fully claim the dream that we have. Like I'm an entrepreneur doing my best, but I'm not a business owner because I don't make the money yet. Okay, you have got to be like, I own the business that I have. I am in charge of it. This is what I do, and own it. It's like a mom saying, "Oh, I'm just pregnant," or "My kids are babies, so technically I'm not a mother yet." Yes, you are. Yes, you are. That's how it works. You have to claim it. Okay, so you've got a business. You are the freaking boss of the business, and you are going to grow this desire, this business, this mission as big as you want it to be, as big as your heart desires. And you might find out as you go that you're content with a lot less than what you thought. Or you might find out as you go through that you're really loving the growth and that you want to make it bigger. Like I remember thinking, okay, like if I could just have enough to like replace the income that I was making at the hospital. Like initially, actually, I was like, I would be happy just for me. Like I just wanted to be able to get my oils for free. I was like, that would be fantastic. And then when that happened, I was like, ooh, like this feels really good to help people get healthy and get paid for it. Like, can I have more of this, please? Okay, what if I replace my income at the hospital? Okay, like maybe that's what I want. And then when I did that, I was like, oh, well, now I want this and this. And I found for me, once I hit the like, so at the hospital, I was making like 100 grand a year. Once I hit about the 300 grand mark in my business, I was like, for me, that was that I thought my threshold for like the money part of it would be a lot um greater. Like I thought I would still just want to keep going and going and going, but I was kind of like, nope, like this feels like a good amount. It kept growing, but it was for me after that I realized I'm not a money driven person, I'm a service driven person. So I was more like obsessed then with the results that people were getting and the lives being changed and the thoughts being shifted and the peace being had and the freedom and watching other women make money because I am just like a firm believer that the money in hands of really amazing women is so freaking good for this world that I was like, oh, let's. So I'm just so grateful that I get to mentor entrepreneurs. I love it because it's truly a space where the sky's not even the limit on how much money you can actually make. But you will find that sometimes your threshold for what you think you want is actually a lot less. Or there's some years where I've wanted more because I was like, I want to buy this thing or I want to make this investment in my business or whatever. Like there was something, but for the most part, I was like spot on. Okay, so my desire for you is that you find your sweet spot with your business. Also, my desire for you is that it's not swayed by anybody else. Because there's going to be people that pop in here that are going for six, seven, eight figures. And there's going to be others that are like, I want 6,000, 7,000, 8,000, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. It gets to be yours. You allow it to be as big as it's meant to be, knowing that as you grow and get clarity, that your business is always going to be a reflection of this. You can't help it. Okay, another important piece of this program that I want to make sure that I say is that even though there are all kinds of different people and all kinds of different businesses, and everybody's at different levels in their business, or maybe some who have been in business longer or shorter, it doesn't make anybody better. Be careful of the pedestals that you put people on. This has to be your journey. This is such a big one because when the saying is comparison is the thief of joy, it will suck the joy right out of your mission. Like I could cry thinking about all the times initially that I let the joy be sucked out of my mission because I was comparing myself to how she was doing it or the money that they had made or the people that showed up for their thing that didn't show up for my thing or the number of whatever. has to be your journey. And you've got to accept that it chose you because it wants you to execute it in your way. And that you are freaking magic on legs. You're like you're a unicorn. And when you start responding to your life and your business as such, watch it respond back because it will always be a reflection of you. Becoming an entrepreneur, having a business, having a mission, being a leader of people, you've officially committed to your own development for the rest of your life. Okay, but this can be really hard, especially now that we have social media. Like when I first started my business, Instagram wasn't even a thing. Facebook was a thing, but like barely. This was like 2012. Like it was a thing, but everybody was still just talking to their, nobody was intentionally using it to build a business. Like I remember when I first started my business and I had a 1-year-old. Izzy was one. Allie was in my belly. And I was trying to take in everything that I could to learn about all the natural things. And I wasn't trying to start a business. I was a corporate executive in a hospital. Like I was a ladder climber. I was doing big things and had big projects and was being groomed for like big positions. This was my life. And maybe this has happened to you where you're just like, I don't even know how I even like came across my business. Like I remember Dave talking about, um, so he bought his first health club when he was 19. And I was like, who, at 19, I was not thinking about starting a business. Like I was going off to school and doing like, but he was just like, I loved the fitness industry. I worked at this gym. I saw its potential. I knew I could do something with it. He had a mission that was put on his heart. And he was like, so I did it. And I was like, awesome. I was too distracted at 19. I was not even thinking about that. But for me, what took me out of my, what kind of, and for a lot of women, this happens, becoming a mom naturally shakes up what we always knew to be true about ourselves, about our lives, about how we spend our time, about how we spend everything, right? So I was wanting to be more natural because that's not how I was raised and I didn't know anything about it. So I was being more natural for them and for me because I was pregnant, growing humans. And then I just naturally started talking to other moms about it. They were like, the doctor gave me this cream, but it's full of steroids, and I don't feel right putting it on my baby. Again, typical mom following her intuition. I would be like, oh, and I'd whip her up, I'd get out my blender and I'd mix together some shea butter and some coconut oil and some tea tree and some frankincense and some lavender, and I'd whip it all together and I'd make them like the best, like body butter. And they were like, oh my gosh, it cleared it up. Thank you so much. This is amazing. And then before I knew it, like I wasn't even selling stuff. I was just giving it away. I was like, here, oh my gosh, like this has helped my daughter so much. Or like, oh, your kid's not pooping. Oh, here, try this. Like it just grew. I had no idea what I was even doing. I didn't realize that I was network marketing. I didn't even really understand the network marketing industry. I'd heard some like crusty stories about it, so I was pretty sure I wasn't ever going to do it. I didn't realize how massive it was. Like I remember as a kid, like I knew about Amway, like maybe Mary Kay, but I didn't realize that they were network marketing. Same with coaching. Like even though as a manager of people, when I was at the hospital, I guess that's I was coaching then, but I didn't call myself that. I didn't realize it wasn't on my radar. But coaching is a job? Like I thought it was literally like Tony Robbins and Bob Proctor. That's it. I didn't really know anybody else that was doing it. So as soon as I started coming into the online world, I was like, "Oh my gosh, this is freaking massive. Like these are massive industries." And even my company that I was with, like it was a new-ish company. It's now like the largest by far essential oil company. Like it's a legacy company, but it wasn't then. So I thought it was like me and like I started growing it with my sister-in-law, my bestie. I was like, look at us, just doing our thing. But even because they lived further away, I didn't I didn't have anybody to really copy, which was probably a good thing because I'm a bit of a chameleon. I have to watch that in myself. We'll talk about that this week. Because you want to be careful not to just start doing everything your mentor is doing. You've got to do it your way. You've got to understand entrepreneurship, it's not linear. That's my favorite part about it. You can come in brand new and you can take over everything. Like I bypassed a lot of my upline in my network marketing company, hitting ranks. Mindset coaches that I've had, some of them I know I've bypassed in terms of money and client served. This was like a whole new thing for me because when like I worked at the hospital, you didn't just, I guess I came in and I bypassed people, but there was still a limit. Like I could get to be the CEO and that's as high as I was going. I guess I could go be the CEO of another hospital, but it would take me years and years and years and years to get there. Okay, but that is not a job that you're in right now. You don't get the, oh, you've been here for 20 years, so you get to make more now. That doesn't exist. You have the opportunity right now to make more than a person who's been doing this for 20 years in your first year. It's all about how you connect to your business and then how you lead it. So I want to first start off by saying if at any point during this program you have any questions, there's something that you need help with, if you're having issues with the video or you're not able to get into something, I want you to message the Vibeco team. So you can DM me on Facebook or Instagram. You can email me, Delynn@DelynMiller.com. Like, but I want you to have the most beautiful experience. But that's the account to message. Okay. You can get to me directly, obviously, in my inbox as well. Facebook, Instagram, wherever you're hanging out. So I don't want you to go through this program feeling like you're missing something or not reaching out because you feel like you're bothering us. You're not. If you need help, you message. We're here for you. I got you. Okay. Because there's going to be a lot of things that are going to come up for you. The way that this works best is if you participate. And I'm going to tell you why. When you show up in the space, you need to know that I'm reading all of your posts. Okay. So if it feels like there's something that you're missing, post it. We'll catch it. Like I want this to be like I have specific things that I want to cover with you, but I want it to be a working room here. Okay? So if there's something that's not quite landing, make sure you let me know. And I also, as you have breakthroughs, I want you to post those too, because I want to celebrate you. We're going to talk about this. That's not something that we do very well as entrepreneurs. Okay, so as you ask questions, as you celebrate your breakthroughs, these are the things that are going to expedite this program for you. Okay, use this space, use the information, but don't just sit here and just watch it. Okay, I don't want to be like just this layer of validation for you. And if you came here and you're like, okay, so, um, what's the biggest thing that's going to make me money? The whole thing. Because, like I said, your business is always a reflection of you. If you're looking for the one secret sauce, you're going to hate this program. It's not for you. Okay. So even don't use this as like, I just want it for like visibility. Come and show up and be here. Okay. Good deal. Because there are companies, like I want you to really think about when you think of a company that you love to buy from, there's all different kinds of companies, right? Some of them are like almost a no-brainer. That you might say things like, like companies I love to buy. Okay, I love to shop at Costco or Target, or I have a Visa card or an American Express card. I think of companies that everybody uses. They're like no-brainer companies. They're everywhere. This is where I want you to start with your business because there are brands that are more convenience brands. Like when you just say, I need to get gas, I'm just going to stop at a gas station. But if you specifically have a Costco card and you want to get the special gas at the special price that the Costco card gets you, you're going to say, I'm going to go get gas at Costco. Or if you might say, I need to get some groceries. I'm going to go to the grocery store. But maybe if you're looking for something specific, you're going to go to a Whole Foods or a whatever, Publix, Superstore. Okay, I want you to think of these brands. And then you've got like your convenience brands. Like everybody uses them. Like you don't really need to think about whether you're choosing them or not. You choose them because they're the most convenient for you. It's like it's the closest one to your house, or it's the biggest one, or it has the most organic things, or the most health items, or the best pricing. Whatever your reason is, that's why you buy from it. I want you to get thinking about where you shop and why you shop there. But as you get closer and closer to a single owned business, like for example, if there's like a little florist shop near your house, or there's a little coffee shop that you just love to go to. And some of you are going to be like, I only drink Starbucks. That's it. But others are like, oh my gosh, no, I love the little coffee shop. The girl knows my name. I go there every morning. It's the best coffee ever. I love her branding. I love her style. I love that she writes personalized messages on all of the cups. I just love it. Or you may have places that you're choosing not because they're the most convenient or the most popular, but you just love them. Like your nail salon. There could be like this huge mall and it's got like five nail salons in it. Everybody gets their nails done at all of those. But you know a woman and you go to her house and she does your nails and you know her family and she knows about your family and she does the best job. You might have a restaurant that you go to that's not the mainstream place. Or you go to this juicery and they always have your favorite juices. They have the best homemade snacks. Or the gym that everybody else goes to. You don't go to that gym. You have this like yoga spot that looks like a hole in the wall, but it has this one class and it only has a few spots. But when you go there, it's your vibe, it's your place, it's your people. Like there are places in this world that override logical buying reasons. Can you think of the ones that you use? It's a lot less convenient. It's kind of out of the way. Maybe it's even more expensive, but it dot 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 dot. And this is the kicker. Whatever follows the but is usually the reason that you buy. The girl is amazing. They have the best service. They're the best prices. They have the most natural things. They're the best quality. They write messages on my cup. They're just the best at what they do. I would never go anywhere else. I've been going here for years. Like you name it. These are the things that come after the but. There's something that follows it that completely overrides the fact that it's not the most convenient spot or they're not the fastest. Like, I love looking at businesses from this standpoint. Like, this is where people have injected their magic. Like, guys, we don't need to be the best or the fastest or the household brand. We can become that if we want to, but we don't need to be that in order to be a business that people consider like theirs. Like, I have clients that they're like, when I want to talk natural things, I go to Delin. She's my girl. When I'm feeling stuck on something, when I want to take a program, when I need a call, I go to Delin. She's my girl. Your business matters to some people. It doesn't need to matter to everyone. Again, you can become that, but you are the business that people choose, and it whatever follows the but is what you want to pay attention to. Like if your coffee shop that you love decided to close their business, and they go, you know what, I'm just going to close. Like I think of this little coffee shop that I love to go work at. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. It's like this hidden gem. And it always smells like sourdough because they make all their own sourdough stuff there, like all the things. And they have the best selection of tea. And they have all the different kinds of like nut milks. Like I'm such a tea snob, so I'm like, oh my God, I can go there and I can get all I can, no matter what kind I choose, I've got all the things. Like, and the people are just the best there. I respect them so much. I respect their hours. I respect their prices. I tip them well. Like if they were just like, I'm closing, I'd be like, how do I help you stay open? Like, can I come here more often? What can I do? Like during the pandemic, like in Canada, the government was like shutting down gyms. It's like their mission. Anything that was really healthy for you, they were like, close it. So we were like, okay. So we were doing the best we could to offer different things to help people stay healthy. But there were lots of people. I would say of our, the majority of our members were just like, keep my membership going. I know I can't come in, but keep my membership going. I want to help you. I want to keep this going. I want you to stay open. Because there were some that were closing like all over the place. All over. And it was like these things matter. But we forget that our clients feel this way about us. We think, oh, they're just doing us a favor. We think I can't matter that much. So I just got to go get more clients. First of all, would you buy from something that was trying to get you? We'll talk more about that, but nobody wants to be gotten. Don't get anybody. If you look at the people that choose you outside of the traditional, I stopped for Starbucks, I went to Costco, I stopped at a Shell, I filled up my car, and then I came home. Outside of how everyone's buying in all the exact same places, there's someone that chooses you specifically. There's someone that you choose specifically. You see them, you appreciate them. Like if you go to the person who does your hair, or the person that does your nails, the one who gives you massages, the one that gives you the coffee with the special little note on it, the flower shop that gives you fresh flowers every single week. You don't ever feel like you just bought a bunch of stuff from some no-name people. They didn't get you. You chose them and they collected money from you. And a lot of us as business owners, we're under the radar. But I know when I go to all of those spots, when I get home, we still start comparing ourselves to the Costcos, the Walmarts. And we so soon forget that people love your business. They love your concept. I mean, if they don't know about it, I mean, we're going to talk about that, but they will buy an experience, hands down. And like, I have such a vision for women because I really feel like we are so good at creating experiences for people. Like, we are so good at creating the type of businesses that people are obsessed with. But there's this choice that you've got to make eventually. Like, where do I stay really small? Or am I going to franchise? Am I going to grow? Do I get an assistant? Do I get a team? Every business has those phases. Like I remember when I was Proactive Essential Health, it was me. I was the coach. I was the salesperson. I was the teacher. I was the person that sent the email. I was the person that sent the text. I was the person that did all of the techie stuff. I was the person that wrote the post and made the visual on Canva. And I did it. And I remember saying to myself, okay, I'm going to hire an assistant. And then there were two of us. There's been times, like if I'm working on different projects, that I'll have more team members. But for the most part, I've only ever really had a couple people. I mean, in network marketing, I love having a whole team of people that I get to help, but they don't work for me. They get to choose. I have coaches with Pursuit Institute that like we partner together and we help each other with clients and we do all the things, but like they don't work for me. And I love that. A lot of it for me was I just didn't want to lose the love and the connection of my clients, like with my clients. Like that's so important to me. It's why like in our group, like there's certain points where we meet every day. Like I love it. We're so connected to our clients and I love my clients. And I know if I were to say, okay, you guys, the Vibe Co's closing down, there would be people that would be disappointed in that. Like, this is the place to land. Don't. This is the place I go to get my motivation, to get my inspiration, to get my knowing and my money mindset or my business support or like they come here for something. And I'm not just going to look at them and say, well, you have to say that. You guys, you have to have a knowing about this for your business. You have to know that before the money comes, that what you're going to build is something that's going to really matter. That what you're going to build is really going to touch people. That what you're going to build is something that if you ever took it down, people are going to be like, don't you dare. How can I help? Let's keep this alive. I love your business. Please don't shut it down. This is the best thing. You've got to know from the beginning that this is what you're doing. This is the mission you've been sent on. Because if you build it with that in mind from the very beginning, you're the boss of what you're building. And you're building something that matters. But if you're going all willy-nilly at the beginning, hoping people buy, trying to get people to buy, you're never actually in the seat of the boss. And you're always going to be looking for external validation instead of doing what it takes and then watching it materialize. And in today's day and age, there are so many different ways that you can be in business. Like you could be word of mouth, like no social media account, maybe a private account, but only people that know you and know that you exist can follow you. Or like you've set standards where it's like you have to have been recommended by two people in order for me to work with you? You could put so many rules for people that have to work with you. It could be the most underground black market thing that people have to get access to. You could be virtual. You could be a brick and mortar. You could take it to the whole other extreme. You could have millions of followers. People know you all over the world. People buy from you because they're watching your stories and they've been watching you since the beginning of time and they watch all your YouTube and your Instagrams and your TikToks and your Facebook stuff. They know everything about your life and they're on your email list and they've got your name tattooed on their butt. Like, I don't know, but there's the range of visibility that's available to you. And every single, I've seen people in all the ranges make a ton of money and have a huge impact. We're going to talk about that too, because just because you've got 10 million followers doesn't mean you're making $10 million. I've had clients that have like 1,000 people on a Facebook page and they're making seven figures. Like I know when I first started, I was really good at just being the like referral essential oil lady. But I loved that. I would go into people's houses and I would teach a class and they would gather all their friends around and then their friends would want they'd be like, come to my house or come talk to my mom about this or come talk. I loved that. It was all referrals. I built a massive business on that. And then I was like, oh, I want to make sure that I keep serving them. So I started a Facebook group. And before I knew it, there was thousands of people in it. And I was like, oh, okay, that's a thing. And then I've had times where like I remember being on this like ferry boat. It was a massive ferry boat in the like in the middle of a lake in wherever Ontario. I'm there with my kids, my sister, my nieces, and my nephews. And there was these three ladies that came up to me and they're like, "Oh my God, can I get my picture with you?" And my daughter's like, "Mom." I said, "How'd you even know it was me?" Because I'm all like, right? Go, come on, fairy. They're like, "I saw your necklace, the love necklace. It gives me away." They're like, "I saw your necklace. I follow you on Facebook. I watch all your YouTubes. I watch all your courses. I love it." I'm like, "Oh, awesome." So we took a picture. And I thought, what is happening? How is this a thing? Like, what is this life? I didn't think that that could ever happen to me. So there are times in my life that I didn't know if I even would want that. But there's this wide range of visibility. But because people follow you doesn't mean that your business is thriving. Do not let anybody fool you. Like I said, I've had people come to me with 10 million followers and they don't even make 100 grand a year. 2 million followers. Okay, so what we're looking at with your badass boss business is you don't need to decide anything except for I am the freaking boss. And then you get to decide what your range is. And whatever you decide right now, guess what? You're the boss. You can change it. That's okay. You may actually realize this. What you think you want right now, you might eventually go, I want more. And that's okay. And then you might get more, and then you go, you know what? I actually want a little bit less. And that's okay too. but you will never find out if you want it unless you experience it. So don't knock it until you tried it. This journey, it's actually not always about your business. It's about the experience that you're going through. So go through it, find out. But let's build something that's yours, and then you can decide how you want to lead it, how big you want it. Whether you want it to be yours forever, or one day you want to build it and you want to sell it, whether you want it to be yours but with employees, whether you want to scale it, whether you want automation eventually. There's so many options. There's not one way to do this. But the first decision that needs to be made is I am the boss. I own my business. I am the one who makes the executive decisions in this business. I'm the one that if it grows, it's because I made the decisions. If it financially does really well, it's because I made the decisions. If it doesn't go financially well, it's also because of my decisions. But I have got to choose to be an extraordinary badass boss for this company because I'm the one that makes the decisions. And that's just the way it's going to be. And I'm not going to hide behind some cute little, it's only because I've been in it a year. I know lots of people that have been in it a year and they're like kicking ass. I'm not going to hide behind, oh, it's just a little online business. It's just a small business. It's just my side hustle. I hate that one. On the side of what? Life? Your passion? Your mission? Stop saying that. Like, who wants to hustle? Nobody. Said nobody ever. You've got to own it. You've got to say, I am literally going to own this. And I'm going to see how powerful it can get. You could have a little boutique business that makes millions of dollars where it's just you and your assistant. You could also run an empire, but you've got to decide what you want. And what I found really, really important in today's world and in business, that's as much for the owner of the business, but also for the people consuming the business, is how much does the person who owns the business, care about it? Like if you really love the service that you're receiving, like you're going to someone's house, say they don't really have like a business, they don't have a social media account, but you're going to get your hair done at somebody's house. The only way that you can know that they exist is the person has a solid word of mouth business. You don't need to be the boss of it's just a word of mouth business. You just need to have a really amazing relationships with the people and hope that they love you forever. And where we're really looking now is people who say, like, I know that place, this coffee shop, this florist shop, this coaching, this coach, this mentor, this gym, whatever it is. I know that place. But to become the boss of this place, as soon as someone knows what it is and they're able to describe it, how would they describe you? Like if you don't know what it is, you can't describe it. But once you know, right, you can then describe it. Like there are places in this world like I would love to describe. Like, yes, the place, it's on the street. It's kind of like this hole in the wall place. Doesn't really look like anything, but they serve really great coffee. That's a brand. Hole in the wall, great coffee place. That's a brand. But who's in charge of that brand? Would they love for you to describe their coffee shop that way? Maybe they weren't going for hole in the wall coffee shop. Are they aware that that's the way it's described? But then you've got other businesses that you're like, it's the place that it almost looks like an art gallery on the outside, but when you walk in, it's a florist shop. And then people go, yeah, yeah, I know where that place is. Like you're describing the place, and the way that you describe it is based on how it feels and how it looks and how it's run and the people in it. So I want you to think right now, you're like, okay, I am the CEO of my business. I'm aware that I matter, that my business matters, and I care about my business. Now, how would people describe your business? Like if someone was going to attempt to describe your business right now, what would they say? Like would someone just if someone just said to me like, it's the girl and she does the Facebook lives, I'd be like, that's not really it. Would they describe it like, it's the online business that helps people with their life and their relationships and making money? Would they describe it like it's the person's, she's a mentor for blah, 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 blah? Or it's like this luxury brand and she's got all the pictures and it's a whole vibe. Or that blonde girl and she's always got the hot pink nails. She's got a logo and it's got hot pink in it too. And like half the time she's wearing like these really bright colors. She's kind of loud. Or it's like this super spunky account online. It's all about business and it's kind of bold and bright colors and all the things. Girl's kind of cute, funny. Like, how are people describing your brand? This is one of the most important questions that I ask myself. And I actually have asked it very early. Like even when I think about 2012 version logo of Proactive Essential Health, I was like, if I'm going to open my mouth about anything, how is what I'm opening my mouth about, how is it going to be described? I don't want to be the girl that knows all the answers. I had to cut that down really quickly because I was like, this is how I will drive myself crazy. But can I be the person, the really helpful one? Can I be the one that you can ask her any questions and she'll get back to you? If she doesn't know the answer, she'll find it. Like I want you to ask yourself this. How do I want to be described when people are out there talking? And I'm so grateful I had this question in my mind before I even really got started because it set me in motion from the beginning. But I really think that you can ask this question at any point. Like I know even after I had Proactive Essential Health, and then I was like, okay, we're going to start Pursuit Institute. I asked the question, but it was like Proactive Essential Health didn't go anywhere. It was like, but I was evolving. Needed to create this institute. Okay, what do I want it to feel like? How do I want people to describe it? Okay, now it's evolving again. We're growing. Okay, v the Vibe Co. Okay, well, what is this space? Like I knew the brand was going to be the Vibe Co. And it was like, okay, well, what would I expect from this brand? Like, is everything going to be pink and fluffy? No. But do I want everything to be like super masculine and very businessy? No. Do I want it to exude feminine strength? Yeah, that's it. That's it. Do I want the logo to be like, because we're going to be doing like out of the box thinking. So it's got to have like a box, but not a full box. Because we're not in the box people that are hanging out here. Like, so I started asking myself these questions. Like, I knew I wanted bright colors. Like, I saw it. I could see it in my mind. I was like, there's hot pink, and it's like bold letters with like black and white and hot pink. Like bold, straight lines. It feels very sophisticated, but like beautiful in the same way. So I was able to really go in on this. And then some people would be like, do you want to put the co in there? Like, what is it? Like, why don't you put company? I'm like, but it's not company. It stands for co-creation. Like, that's the co. And it's not meant to be co-create, like say co-creation. Like, I know what co means. I don't need anybody else to understand it. But say you have a company and like, let's say you have like this spiritual goddess or the luxury goddess. You just ask yourself, okay, luxury goddess, what color am I expecting when I think of that? What are the tones? What's the style? What's it feel like? If you're called the boss babe, like you're expecting something completely different from boss babe than the luxury goddess. Or you have a health food store called the Nature Zone. Like again, totally different vibe from that one. Okay, so before I had the Vibe Co, I was Dylan Miller on Instagram, Facebook, like I still have those ones, but I didn't want to like complicate it. But people were like, well, you've got to come up with a brand for Dylan Miller. And I'm like, I don't even know how to do that because Dylan I'm different. Like, is it winter? Is it summer? Is it hot? Is it cold? Like, yeah, my favorite color is hot pink, but for most of my life it was blue. And like when I'm by the ocean, I'm pretty sure turquoise is my favorite color. But like when I'm in my house, I love like white. Everything's white. As much white as possible. I've always been like that. Like I remember even when my kids were little and we bought a new like furniture set for the living room and I bought white. And my mom was like, "Are you freaking crazy?" And I was like, "No, look at this." And I got white tables and they had glass in them. And I had like two toddlers. My mom's like, "Oh my God, what are you doing?" I'm like, "Oh, look at how white and they're clean." Like my kitchen table, not so much because it was like getting forks and knives stuck in it. And that was a whole thing. But like my living room furniture, I was like, "Oh, this is a vibe." I love it. I had throws everywhere. My mom was like, "What's the point of the throw? The kids are just," I'm like, "I don't care. I'll just rethrow it. It's good." I had pillows and I just make sure all the pillows were all in the spot. Dave was like, "You spend more time straightening pillows." I'm like, "I know. It's a vibe. I love it. I love it. It's a mood." When I'm in my house, when I'm in somebody else's house, I've seen them rock like bright yellow and I'm just like, "Oh, I love that for you. This is so good." If it's Valentine's Day, I'm like, "Give me some red, Christmas red." Oh, but don't give me red in June. I'm not interested. In June, give me like sunshine yellow and bright green. Like I'm as a person, I can't really be branded. Like I found when I tried to brand myself, was restricting myself. So it was less about the visual brand when it was like my name. It was more about people just knowing. Like I was like, I have to get people to pronounce the Lynn properly. So when the brand became the Vibe Co., I'm not just like, oh, the Vibe Co., she's 40 something years old and she does this and this and that. And it's like, no, the Vibe Co. is a brand. It's more of a vibe, a mood, a style. But Dylan Miller, who I am, what does she care about? What matters to her? The Vibe Co. gets to be the vibe. But Dylan Miller, she cares about things. She's a human. So then I just ask myself, what do I care about? Like, oh, care about my family. I care about natural things, about nature, about God, about romance. I care about beauty and travel and adventure. I care about beautiful food and beautiful mocktails and the perfectly brewed tea. I care about flowers and sand and the ocean and the sun. I care about animals. My dog, Eddie. I care about everything kind of matching in some way, shape, or form, and everything being very orderly. Like, I love that. I care about health. I care about sovereignty. I care about choice. I care about being intentional. I care about purpose. I care about executing that purpose in our very short life. Like, do you guys see where I'm going? If you're like, I am the brand, it's not about describing you because you're going to change. Think about what you care about. That's your brand. It matters more in your personal brand what you care about. Because when people describe you, it would make way more sense if they're going to describe you that, the girl that talks about her dog and her kids and what she's putting in her diffuser in the morning. She's like all about gratitude and she coaches people. She even like talks about things like money. She lives on a beach somewhere. She travels all the time. She's always on the go. You know that girl? Yeah, I know that girl. Like that's how I would rather be described. I know that girl. She's always got all the hot pink on, but she cares. Whereas if you're describing a brand like the Vibe Co., it's really about, your soul's purpose and masculine, feminine, dark, light. It's got a bright vibe. It's all about personal development and women and like I'm happy if that was the descriptor of how people described my business. Have you thought about this for you? So depending on whether you're branding a brand or whether you're branding a name or whether you're branding a product, you are going to realize that you want different ways for people to explain the things. Like if your branding and the way that it looks doesn't really matter to you, like you wouldn't want people to recognize you based on that, then you've got to find other things about your brand that you want people to know. Because when they're out there talking, what are they talking about? Like, is it the fact that you've got an incredible sense of humor or you have raving fans in your clientele? You're the girl that just does all the reels. You know, the girl, she's always in her car and she's really funny and she's always singing, or she's the one that has the really incredible posts. Like, she's like the only person out there that doesn't just sound like ChatGPT. That feels like an anomaly these days, by the way. You think you're serving your brand by having ChatGPT write your posts? You're not. You're killing your brand. I know. Sorry. I thought you're like, oh my God, I found the easy button. ChatGPT, you could be like, my brand is this, write it like this. It still has one tone. And we're living in a time where everybody sounds the same. Like, I'm bored with my social media. I'm bored. Like, come on, people. Let's go. You have so much in you. I don't care if you have a typo or a spelling error. I just want to hear your real voice and feel your real energy. I don't even care if we disagree with each other. Let's talk about all the things, politics and sex and religion and money, and let's talk about it. I don't care. Just write it yourself. How do you want people describing you? This is so important because before people hire us, there's something about us that invites them into our world. It doesn't matter whether you have a flower shop or a coffee shop or you're a coach or a mentor or a network marketer or you sell tires. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. There's something about your style, your uniqueness, your magic, and it just makes your business click. But what's really amazing is that we have all the different things about us that could click with other different things in our business. Like, I would never hold, like, I would never be like, here's my $40,000 purse. That doesn't matter to me. Matters to some people, and that's okay. But my nail girl, I go to her house. I love it, right? I can believe in two completely different things. I could also say, here's my $40,000 purse, and I love the fact that my nail girl is so cheap. I could say, I only have coffee from Starbucks, but I never like eat from a chain restaurant. Like, it has to be a unique restaurant where the owner, I know the owner, they do all the cooking, and the wife and the kids are the, waiters and waitresses, and they take your money at the till. And like, I would never eat at a chain restaurant, but I'll never drink my coffee from anywhere from Starbucks. Like, that's okay too. People can have two different things. But this is where a lot of people put pressure on themselves and they're like, oh my gosh, like, my ideal buyer is this, loves big brands and loves this, and they'll never buy from me because I don't charge that much, and why would they choose me? But they don't only love big brands. They love big brands because of what the big brands make them feel like, which is luxury, that they're special, that they're important. It's never the thing that people are buying, it's the way it makes them feel. That is why people buy things. Like, if you look again, go through all the places that you shop at, you will go out of your way to go to the coffee shop where the girl knows your name. She writes it on your cup with a little message and a heart. She says, see you tomorrow. I love your outfit today. You will go out of your way. She makes you feel a certain way. Even though she's out of the way, she doesn't really have a lot of parking. She's kind of expensive, but you don't care. She gives you the feeling. So sometimes even the big brand buyer is the same buyer as the one that will go out of her way. Like people have different sides to them. You have different sides to you, depending on what you're buying or what you value at different points. They also have different reasons for buying. Like I've watched, I'm gonna take myself for example. When I first started, um, like when I first bought my first essential oil kit, when I first realized, like, okay, essential oils, plants in a bottle, I need to start cleaning up my act here, like my cleaning cupboard and my pharmaceuticals, they need to go. Like, I can't be putting that crap in my body when I'm trying to grow humans and raise humans and all the things. And I had that awakening. Okay. I could have went and bought a lot cheaper essential oils. You can buy essential oils at the gas station, Walmart. I could have went. But for me, and there's times where I'm like, I don't really care. Like clothes. I'm like, as long as I like it, I don't care. I don't care where it comes from. I don't care. I don't care if it's like a thrift store. I don't care. If I like it, I like it. Give it to me. But there's certain things like food, essential oils, quality matters to me, and I will pay for it. So I'll pay, like, I don't want to pay any more than $20 for a shirt. Ugh, $20 even sounds like, ugh. I don't want to, but I will pay $100 for a good bottle of frankincense or rose because I want the real deal. It matters to me. Do you get what I'm saying? We contradict all the time. And like even when I bought my first essential oil kit, I probably wasn't like if like my bestie who sold it to me, she knew that in a lot of areas of my life, like I was cheap, but she also knew I valued my health. She knew that I was taking my pregnancy very seriously. Was there cheaper kits that I could have bought? Yep. Like I was on maternity leave. I should not have been spending $300 on an oils kit, but I was like, I don't care. This is the one I want. It comes with all the things that I want. It even comes with a free diffuser. What a steal. This is the one I want. And guess what? When I started connecting people with essential oils kits, guess the number one kit that I would sell? The one that I bought. Wasn't the cheapest one, but there was a feeling around it. There was an energy around it. Like if an example, I made a post and I have people saying like that post, like you've changed my life. And I posted over here and I could have another post that it's like crickets. Or someone says this, I can't believe I just wasted my time reading this. This is like the worst thing I've ever read. People who say this person doesn't think anyone should pay me for anything, and another person's willing to pay me $25,000 to join my mastermind. And this person's happy to say and like stand in their claim, and this person's happy to claim like who's right? Doesn't matter. Like if I make my whole life about making sure that the everybody likes me and that I landed it for everybody, I would have a very different brand and I would still never nail it. I have to be able to stand behind my stuff. I have to feel good about it. And I have to understand that just like I am a walking contradiction when I make my purchases, so's the rest of the world. So if people don't love an eclectic brand, that's okay. You know you're the boss. And it's important that you recognize your business. You've got to love it first. It's not up to anybody else to be obsessed with it. It's up to you to be obsessed with it. And it will go like hotcakes. You don't have to get anybody. You've got to love the idea. You've got to love the vibe that it's putting out. So as you're setting it up, or if you're just like, and I get it, I've been like, I want to blow this all up. I want to hit the restart button. I feel differently. I changed my mind. I'm not that person anymore that created this. I want to do something different. If you're there too, give yourself permission. Just go do it. But you've got to love it. That's literally the only criterion and if people go, well, why'd you do this? Because I'm the freaking boss. That's why. That's it. There's going to be times where you're going to want to change things. But then you'll get scared and be like, well, what if people stop paying me? Or I want to up my prices. I know I'm worth more than what I'm charging right now. What if people don't pay me at this price point? People will. Trust me. It's okay. There is someone for everyone out there. If the people that used to pay you aren't willing to pay your new prices, it's okay. They'll find somebody. And guess what? That's there's people out there that are willing to pay your price point. I remember thinking, like, I remember when I first bought my very first coach, she was $10,000. And I remember thinking, huh? Like, who pays 10 grand for coaching? Guys, at this point, I have spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on coaches and mentors and products and tools and resources for my business. And like, it would blow your mind. If I find a $10,000 coach now, I'd be like, still, or as my kids would say, clock it. I think that's a steal. So when I have $10,000 programs, like I have things that are $100 and I have things that are $1,000 and things that are $50,000, like everywhere in between. And there's people that buy them all. And it's no judgment. Like if someone's like, oh, I can't do the $10,000 thing, I'm like, that's okay. Here's this. It's also a good fit for you. But I trust that you know how to make decisions. So I'm not going to sit here and hound you about it because I trust that you know how you buy things. Sometimes we spend so much time over analyzing and, well, this person's doing really well because they have a $47 membership and it's got to end with seven because that's the psychology of what feels good for you. I'm in a season right now where it's all about the angel numbers. So you'll notice my stuff's like $111, 222, 11111, right? 11,111. Like I'm all about it right now. It's just like my vibe and I own it. And I'm sure there's people that come in that are like, what kind of price point is that? I don't care. I know what it means to me. And it totally gives people a heads up on what they can expect inside the Vibe Co. Heads up. I have a post and Dave's like, did you just drop an F-bomb in your post? I'm like, yeah, I did. You know what? It gives people a really good heads up on what they can. Like, I'm not dropping F-bombs all the time, but when I'm really on a roll with stuff, I drop them. I get excited. Sometimes a freaking will do, and sometimes It just doesn't cut it. But I trust my whoever's meant for me right now, my ideal person who can describe me exactly how I am, will find me. I don't have to coax them. I don't have to get them. This is the greatest personal development company for women who can stay in their feminine while building something really solid. I know I have that. There's nothing I won't talk about. I'm not sitting here trying to convince people to come work with me because that didn't feel good. They'd be like, well, when they say this, you got to say this. And when they say, no, just want to have conversations with people. It's literally how I built to the top 2% within my network marketing company. And it's the exact same way that I built a coaching company. I trust that people know which one they want. And I offer everything from a $10 lemon oil to a $200 bottle of rose and everything in between. But I trust that people are making the decisions because I also know there's people way more expensive than me, like way more. I know because I paid them. Okay, what feeling are you giving them? But you're not going to give any feeling away that you don't have within you. So if you're just scared and don't know who you are, this is where your own identity work is crucial because your business, it doesn't matter what your logo looks like. So many people spend so much time making sure they have the right logo and the right website and their everything looks perfect and all the automations work and all the da 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 da. But when they go to talk about it, they don't have the identity of someone that can make themselves feel good, let alone anybody else. Like this is where, like if this is you, I'm gonna suggest to you one thought away. That's why I created it. It's the paradigm shifting program. It's the identity shift. You create the person, and then everything in the life is the reflection of the person's thoughts, the person's feelings. I think that program changed my life. Every time I walk somebody through it, I'm like, oh my God, this thing is freaking magic. It's so good. I have no problem selling that program because it's like my favorite thing of life. Same with Soul Ascension. The program changed my life. But I know, like, I still go through these programs, you guys. Like my own programs, I go through them for myself because I know that everything that I experience out here is a reflection of me, my business included, my health, my relationships, my bank account, my marriage. Like in your business, sometimes, and I see this a lot with clients that come in and people say, I want people to say this about me. And I say, well, is that who you are? And they say, well, no. But like I want people to be obsessed with my brand. Like I want them to think it's the best thing ever. So I ask them, like, do you think it's the best thing ever? And I'm like, well, no. Like, are you obsessed with your brand? No. Okay. The easiest way for it to be obsessed with out here is you've got to be obsessed with it first. If in my head I'm like, oh, it could be better, it could be bolder, could be more me, like I'm holding it back. I can't say I want my ideal buyer to be obsessed and I'm not obsessed. And you guys, like I can tell you, like there's certain parts of my business even right now that I am feeling in such conflict with because I'm like, I like it, but there's something about it that's off. It's off. Like I don't love this part. And so I step back from it. So, because sometimes you get too close to the things in your business, right? This is also why I have mentors. Like I hire people to help me get control of my mind and to help me look at my business from a different lens. We're always like ChatGPT with our business. That's a great idea. You should keep it up. We don't ever fight with ourselves about it. It's like if somebody tells you you have an ugly baby, you're like, no, it's great. It's beautiful. Okay. As the boss of your company, from the beginning, the most important questions before you do your professional photo shoot or your website or your whatever, it's what is my product? What is my service? And how well am I telling people what it is? This is what first started my business. I had to get really clear. How do I want to describe what an essential oil is? Because I've heard people describe it a lot more sophisticated than me. They get into all the like chemical compounds of them. I don't do that. That's not me. That's not. So when I got really clear, then everything else got clear. I started setting the tone because I would tell people like this is my mission. I told people what my purpose was. I told people what my journey was. And the more I did it, the more raw I would get with my journey. Like I didn't start my business saying, guys, like I grew up in a trailer park. I grew up in poverty. I didn't tell people that. I don't think I said that live until I remember we lived in Barbados. So that would have been 2023. I'd had my business for like 10 years already. I wasn't telling people certain things about my life, about things that I had experienced, but I started knowing that when I'm holding back anything about me, that I'm holding back things like and people that can serve within my business. It doesn't matter if I can be extremely well spoken. Like I keep up videos, like you could go into my essential oil community and you can see videos of me going live from 2012, 2013. I keep them up. Could I redo the videos? Absolutely. But I don't. I keep them up. And I love when people like some of the like my DIY like laundry detergent or my eczema cream or whatever. Like these are some of my most watched videos and people tag. Still to this day, people tag people in them. And they'll pop up to the top of the group and then it'll pop on my feed and I'm like, "Oh, look at little me. Look at me go." Sometimes I just look at her and just cry. I just hug her 'cause she's so scared. She's so scared. She has no idea what she's doing. But you know what? I know that even like I'll look at this in 5 years from now and I'll be like, oh, someone give that girl a hug. She didn't know. That's the best part, you guys. It's not about having all the things in place and it's got to look this way and you've got to have all you don't. You've just got to get out and start serving people. This is it. Like, here's where you get to choose how you want your brand to look and feel because that's actually what people are buying. Not that it's super organized and whatever. The experience. Like, if I find this little flower shop with this tiny little logo, and I'm like, oh, what is this? And they've got all the perfect color of roses. Like, I would feel like I found my heaven. It smells like lilies in there. Oh, I love that. Love that smell. And other people will be like, why are you shopping there? You've got to go here. They've got variety. Do you know you can get them for $8 at the grocery store? Three for 12? It's okay. Guys, there's someone for everyone. You will find your buyer, but it can't be at compromising you. It's about building what you're obsessed with and then finding the ones who are going to be obsessed with the same thing. They're there. This is the fastest way to make the kind of money that you want to make early. So when I think about this in my business, there's so many different approaches that you can take, right? One is that everybody knows me, and on the other side, that nobody knows I exist. Somebody can come up to me and say, "Can I have my picture taken with you?" Because they saw my love necklace. And then I go to like I was just at an event on the weekend and I'm like, I didn't know anybody there. There's billions of people in this world. I'm like this little chicken nugget. Or I'll have somebody come into like my community and they're like, I found you because of like this or this and had nothing to do with my marketing or my selling or my advertising, my branding or my positioning or my thoughts, my feelings and my communications. Like it had nothing to do with that. My job is to be the boss and to like tell the story of my business and treat it like it matters and to tell the story like I want it to be told. Okay, so like as I'm talking about this, I could talk about all the different businesses that I have. Like for the most part, I'm going to talk to you guys about the Vibe Co, right? But I do have other companies, right? Like I have my personal development institute. I have my network marketing company. I have a software company. I know. Like, but there are different companies and they're branded differently. I tried to initially at one point like try to scoop everything up under one thing. But then sometimes there would always feel like a disconnect. Like I wasn't able to present it properly. I wasn't able to give it what it needed. But the fact that I have multiple companies shows that you don't need to have your business be like a mere replica of you either. It's not necessary. You can decide that your business that you're putting out there only has like two or three favorite little bits. So if you decided to build a business that was based on art, you're the artist. You can have someone else be evolved and involved in other parts of the art. You could decide to have a business that's about teaching people about financial literacy, even though you're great at mindset and you're great at helping and supporting. That doesn't have to be part of your brand. Like, I'm great. I can say I am great at strategy, but I don't advertise that that's what you're going to get from me. I don't, because that's not how I want to be known. Sometimes it doesn't always bring me a lot of joy, but I'm really great at it. Like really great. Doesn't matter whether I'm working with network marketers or brick and mortar or like online. I'm like, I'm really good at just seeing the big picture and going, this will flow into this and and then we're gonna do this, put these people here and I can see it. I don't tell people that. I don't want people booking strategy calls. I want people coming in because they know about the program and they came in for the thing. And when I have a call with them, and if they need some strategy, we just happen to talk strategy. Okay, so just because you're good at something, it doesn't mean you have to like that has to be the thing either. Like I know not every we're all not supposed to be the Vibe Co brand, but it's still a part of me. And it's a company that I have. So you might find that some of your issues are that you're trying to put five companies into the same thing. Like this is a real estate company that also makes tires. And I'm also a coach and I like to talk about nutrition and how to make sourdough bread. What? You can be all of you, but it doesn't necessarily need to fit into the same thing. Sometimes it does. Sometimes it fits beautifully. Like I talk about essential oils in pretty much every single one of my programs because they fit. I'm like, they fit. They raise the vibe, they set the tone, help people with their goals. It's a vibe. But I don't always talk about my software. But if I'm talking to somebody and they're like, I am done with the masculine stuff in my business, I'm like, you don't have to worry about tech. Use this, and I can help you with that. But here's the part you get to trickle it in. You don't have to make it a part of all the things. So here's what I want you to picture. Okay. You're walking in, you've made yours a boutique. Okay. You've made it a boutique. So say you walk into the Vibe Co boutique. I could totally picture it too. It's going to be very white, very beautiful, beautiful seating areas, plants. Oh, plants everywhere. Be very bright, lots of windows, lots of natural light. There'll be like wood, like floating wood shelves and like wood accents and all the things. Maybe I would have multiple locations, but what's for sure is there would be the greatest customer service behind the counter. I would have swag, crystal water bottles, journals. I'd have t-shirts, cute tank tops. Like I can see it. Be very comfortable. Your husband will want to come shopping with you because he'll have a comfortable place to sit while you try things on. If you need a pen, we always have the fanciest pens available, maybe the ones with the big diamonds on the end. And everything would be labeled. Here's where you go for your soul ascension. Here's where you go for your private coaching. Here's where you go for your VIP treatment. And we'd have like fancy bubbly on ice. It would be like the boutique of the century. Like I can see it. I can see the customer service. I can see the signage. I can see like a TV with like a rotating like visuals coming up. Even if you have an online business, maybe you have a physical business, look at it like a boutique. Like even if you're like, but I'm a coach, I'm a fitness coach, I'm a nutritionist, doesn't matter. If I was a fitness coach, I can see my boutique. There's going to be like transformation posters and water bottles and shakes and supplements and essential oils, and I can see it. If you were to put everything in your business in one room, would there be a place that feels like this is rando? Like you're selling me coaching, yet this is the spare tires part. Like it doesn't fit. Or do you have a corner for all the things that don't make sense in your brand, like Monica's Closet? Like if you do, it's time to tidy it up. This is what I want you to play with as we wrap this up. I want you to visualize and I want you to see your brand. I want you to be able to see the space. If your brand was a store, like a physical store, is it like high-end luxury? Is it in like a strip mall? Is it in a like where is it? I want you to imagine. I want you to see your business. Okay, so I want to do a visualization with you as we wrap up. Okay? Okay. This is key. I want to take you through this because I always find it helps to kind of kickstart your thoughts. But then this is your homework. Okay? All right. If you can, close your eyes. Okay? Take a deep breath in through your nose, out through your mouth. I want you to relax in your body, soften your mind, let go of all the thoughts that you could mess this up. I want this to be a guided imagination activation for you to help you start to see what you are building. So I want you to choose first just one business if you have multiple businesses in mind. You're going to see them all next to one another, but one of them is going to come closer to you in your mind. I want you to choose that one. That's the business that you're going to work on as we go through the rest of the program. Okay. The other ones we'll save those for later. They'll get there. Okay. Now, again, take a couple breaths. And I want you to start to feel the vibe of your business. Start to feel the energy of your business. Is this a business that's a luxury business? Is this a business that serves a need? Is it a business that maybe has both? Okay, it starts with a need, but people could go really high up and get really incredible luxury services as well. So it's got a range. Is this business that's expensive? Do people pay a lot of money to do work with you? Or is this more of we need a lot of buyers to be coming in the front door because the price point at the cash register isn't very high, but you're happy with that? Are you happy with that? Does that feel good for you and your body? Or is it something like sometimes you've got low ticket and in the back room, this is where people sit on really, you know, comfy, cozy couches and they have people sit with them and they make really big purchases back there. So in the front of the store, there's things that are not that expensive, but then you've got a kind of a VIP room in the back where all your higher ticket items are. But I want you to imagine that your business is a physical location. And the first thing you're going to imagine is if you could put it anywhere in the world, where would you put it? Would you see it like in a little boutique in the streets of Paris? Would it be on the buzzing streets of New York? Something big and bold and flashy, you can't miss it? Or is it this like tiny store, little boutique on a country road somewhere, or in a little town strip? Or do you want it in the middle of the most luxurious street, like a Fifth Avenue or Yorkville for my Canadians? Would you see it where all the luxury is? Or is it in like a strip mall where so many people are passing it and it's just easy? Or is it maybe it's like a kiosk in the middle of a store? Okay, so I want you to first imagine your location. Now I want you to imagine the size of it. Does it look small when you see it? When you go in, you realize there's actually so much space in the back? Is it one of those that looks really small in the front, but then it's like this beautiful masterpiece when you walk in? Or is it a really big store where you can't miss it? Or maybe it's really tiny and you walk in and it's just big enough that everything fits just in a perfect spot and only a few people can come in at a time. Like I want you to feel the energy of the store. Can you see the brand? Is it branded? Is it your name above the door? Is it your face? You have a sign in the front of the door with your face on it, the logo and your name. What's the color of the building? Okay, when you walk into the space, what does it feel like? Does it feel powerful and bold? Does it feel rich and luxurious or eclectic, soft and feminine? Does it feel badass? Do you feel richer just being there? Do you feel healthier just being there? Do you feel happier just being there? There's all of the above. How's the customer service? How many people are running it? Is it staged? Is there like a million things on the shelves? Or is it kind of like a well spaced out where people know exactly where to go to buy things? When people buy, what's the buying experience like? What's the wrapping? Is it like gold, thick paper, very detailed? Or is it like a brown paper bag with like a stamp on it with like newspaper as tissue, like vintage? Or do people bring their own bags? Or do they get their own branded bag? They come in, they put their stuff in their bag. They don't want to waste anything. You don't want like this is the culture of it. Or do people literally come to shop hoping that they get a bag so that they can keep it because the bags are just that good from your store? Like when you imagine the money rolling in, do you see it slow and steady? Or do you see it where you actually have like a vault in the back room? You have security and someone comes and picks up money daily and brings it to the bank because you can't keep that kind of money in the store. Or do you count the cash with gratitude at the end of the day? And there's just the perfect amount, and you're just like, oh, thank you, God. And then you go and deposit it yourself because there's like no fear. It's like just the right, perfect amount of money, as much as you need. Do people pay you in cash, in full, or do you allow payment plans? What's happening? Now, I want you to imagine at the end of the day when you've worked really well and you had just the kind of day that you love and that you're obsessed with. I want you to think back at the faces of the people that were there. They were the best clients, the ones who described this shop to all their friends. How did they feel when they shopped at your store? What do they say? And as you filled with your mind with all the best kinds of buyers, a mind full of happy customers that have loved to shop with you, shop till they drop. They put the key in the door and you lock it and you just feel so grateful that you served those people today. Can you walk away from your store? Can you take a 2-week vacation? Do you put a gone fishing sign on the door? Say be back on Monday? Do you have space to do that? Or is someone coming in and working for you while you're gone? Or you're like, nope, there's no space for that. I can't be off. Do you do that? Do you love it? It's buzzing. Okay, I want you to bring life to the space. What does your life look like in it? I want you to take a deep breath in, breathe out. I want you to come on back. You can open your eyes. And I want you to anchor in as much that you can remember as we wrap this up. We're going to build on this throughout the rest of the modules. I'm so glad you're here. I want you to have fun with this. Congratulations on your store. Have so much fun. Your business is just waiting for you to dig in with this. It's waiting for you, just like you're waiting for it. Don't worry about it being perfect. Just let it come through you. Any movement is movement in the right direction. And as the boss of your business, if you give it the big boss energy, it'll come through. Thank you. Enjoy this process. I look forward to reading all the things. And I will see you in the next module. Bye, you guys.